Good morning everyone, welcome to the last week of term before we break up for the Easter holidays. I just want to touch base with you for 2 minutes just to talk through attendance. So first and foremost, this week important that every student is in for every day. So 5 days, we want all students in this week. I think traditionally sometimes our absence has dropped in the last week before a half term or last week before a holiday. So let's make sure that your son or daughter are in school this week. They will be tired and some of them will not feel overly well, and it's at the end of a 7-week half term, which is always a long one. Please make sure that they're up in the morning, that they're fit and they're healthy and they're in school. If they're complaining they're not feeling great, then send them into school. You can give them paracetamol before they come in, or bring a paracetamol into reception. If it's a cold or flu, just get some vitamin C or Lemsip or any other devices into them and make sure they're in school. We really don't want the attendance to drop. We've done a lot of work over the last kind of 8-9 months in our attendance, and I don't want to see a plummet this week. So just kind of a message from me. They need to be in school, normal lessons as always. That doesn't change. There won't be any videos or anything like that. It will be normal lessons all the way through to Friday period 5. Lots of assessments taking place, with preparation for assessments. If your son or daughter in year 10 or year 11, even more important that they're in school. So please do everything to make sure that your son and daughter are in school this week. And as always, if you need any support, just reach out, touch base with the head of year, the Raising Standards leader, the personal tutor, Miss Green, Miss Stevens, whoever that may be, and we can support you with anything that may be going on at home. What I'd like to draw your attention to is a report that was published earlier on this term by the Department for Education. And the Department of Education covers this report, and it's a link between attendance and attainment in assessment years. By assessment years, they mean year 6 and year 11. So what the Department of Education have done is they've looked at the 2022-2023 year group, so all current year 8 when they were in year 6, or current year 13s when they were in year 11, and they've done a piece of research on how attendance and assessment or attainment correlate, and it's really interesting. I'll send out the report to all parents later on today. As you can imagine, at times it's a little bit of a heavy read, and I don't expect every parent to give up a half an hour of your time to read through it. So I'm going to summarize some points for you this morning now in this video, but I'll also send it out in my email as well. So please do have a read through. So no surprises, in year 6 and year 11, the students with the highest attendance were far more likely to achieve a successful outcome in their SATs or GCSEs. That's no surprises. That's something we've been telling you since your son or daughter arrived through this door in year 7, but really important that they're in school every day. I've dug a little bit deeper and looked at Key Stage 4 in particular, so I want to share some statistics with you. At Key Stage 4, pupils who attended nearly every day in year 11, so that's with an attendance rate between 95 to 100%, were 2 times more likely to achieve a strong pass in English and maths in their GCSEs. 2 times more likely than students who were in the attendance bracket of 90 or 95%. And that can be misleading. When we hear 90 to 95%, anything above 90% sounds good because that's a high percentage, but the students in the 95 to 100% were 2 times more likely to achieve strong GCSE passes in English and maths than the students who were in 90 to 95. And then when we look at the 85 to 90, so anything below 90% is classed as persistent absence. So if their son or daughter were in an 85 to 90% attendance bracket, the people who are in the 95 to 100% bracket were 3 times more likely to achieve a strong pass in English and maths. And there's far more data to go with that backs up what we're trying to say. Your son, your daughter needs to be in school every day. They not only need to be in school, they need to be engaging in every lesson. So being on their lessons in time, actively engaging in their lesson, asking questions, using their whiteboard, making notes, etc. And if they do that, they're far more likely to get strong GCSE grades rather than those students who don't attend on a daily basis. Please take a couple of minutes to read my email. Please take a couple of minutes to scan your way through this report. It is really interesting. but this is national data that's been produced, so it's not just hearsay from me, it is national data that's been produced by the Department of Education. There is a clear link between attendance and achievement. The more your son or daughter is in school, the better chances they have of achieving great grades in their GCSEs. So that starts this week. 5 school days, we want everyone in for all five days, have a really positive end to this half term and lead us into the Easter holidays in a very, very strong position. Okay, thank you very much for your time. Appreciate it.